best for me, even though sometimes I forget to breathe, so that I can be the best for you. That's all I wanna do. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we're live. It seems like we're live. I think we are live, man. We're here. We're here. You see what I'm saying? Welcome back to another episode of Soul Speaks, featuring your boy, B Souls, man. God, we really do things different over here every single time. We really do things. Hey, you can't unnotice it now. Well, you can't unnotice it. You can't not notice it now. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, chat? We're coming different. Pause. We're coming different. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sipping with Souls. Episode 12. Number 12 is a fantastic number, man. Number 12 is a very special number out here in New England. Typically related to the one and only Tom Brady. But for the real ball knowers out there, I personally associate it with one Terry Rozier. You see what I'm saying? So, shout out to Terry Rozier. Shout out to the guys out there. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to the early birds in the building. I see y'all chat. I'm looking at chat right now. You know why? Because we've made some massive upgrades. To Sipping with Souls, man. A lot of packages came in today. I was Amazon's worst nightmare today. I was the mailman's worst nightmare today. Because a lot of packages came in, but I needed to upgrade and I needed to invest a little bit more in what we got going on over here. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, right? New set, new angles, new vibes, new equipment, right? Personally, I just brought a teleprompter. Not a traditional teleprompter. This is an Elgato teleprompter because I don't know if it's just me, chat, but I cannot find myself to just look straight into a lens whenever I'm doing content. I always find myself looking at a monitor. But now the lens is a monitor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So now I'm literally looking at the lens and I'm also looking at chat. So shout out to the early birds in the building. I see Glow Zach in there. I see Michael Gary in the building. I see Sepp in the building. Who else is in here, man? Who else is in here? I see DJ in the building. Droopy's in the building. Hunter's in the building. Blaze Nix is in the building. Frostbites is in the building. You know what I'm saying? This is the crew right here. These are the guys, right? These are the guys. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, definitely wanted to give a different vibe for this. Shout out to DG for the $2 super chat. Yes, sir. I like the fit, man. And you look more in shape. You know what it is? Certain fat people just know how to hide their fatness. I'm one of them. You see what I'm saying? I know my angles, right? I know the right proportions of clothes to get. You see what I'm saying? I looked into what, things fat people can do to make themselves look skinny. One of them is adding facial hair. You know what I'm saying? Another one is getting a cut that doesn't extend horizontally but vertically. Kind of make up for it with the hat. But I appreciate that though. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I look good. I ain't gonna lie. I do look good. I know my body. For real. So I appreciate y'all, man. As far as today, we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of yap to get through, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been treating this pod as like a personal therapy session, and it's been fire, bro. It's been fire. I really like the last pod, how I was talking about. Oh my God, Jesus fuck, my eye. I was talking about, the cons of being a content creator, and I just yapped, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stayed throughout the ride on the live, and it actually, the clip actually performed well. You know what I'm saying? I think as a potter, as a guy who's in tune with the news and everything like that, you know, certain content creators get too lost in relying on news and trending topics to get their content off. But I think the real content creators, I think the motherfuckers who build their own following, they are the content. You see what I'm saying? They are the main attraction. They don't need to build off of a trend. They are the trend. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we're at. Shout out to everyone super chatting right now. Shout out to Droopy for the $5. SOLZ showing the print. I'm trying. Shout out to Droopy for the $5. P for $5. Shout out SOLZ goat emoji. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Listen, man. Shout out to the early birds in the building. Shout out to the 41 in the building. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. I would like to read one right now, but I don't have anything to read right now. The last one here is from J-Dog from March 9th, saying the way SOLZ sips is so tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last 5-star review we have. Listen, man. Audio, I've seen certain spreadsheets this last week, man. Please go to audio platforms. That's where the real bread is at. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. If I could take 50,000 audio listeners per video, let's say per podcast, if I had to choose between getting 50,000 views per podcast on audio, 50,000 Twitch viewers, so that's roughly around like 2,000 concurrent. Let's say 2,000 concurrent Twitch viewers, or 50,000 YouTube views, or 1 million views per TikTok. I would personally take the audio listeners. The only thing that would trump audio listeners is literally like paying members. So Patreon and memberships and things of that nature. Buddy, I'm watching you live. What I need to listen to audio for? That's a good point. But real supporters double back. Pause? Is that a pause? I don't know. Also, something different about this stream. I'm wearing glasses. Okay, I'm a little bit far from everything right now. Everything is not within arm's length. All the screens. So I need my glasses. I literally cannot see what y'all are typing. Cannot see what I'm screen sharing without my glasses. So y'all might be seeing more glasses SOLZ in the building. DG for $2. I realize black women are more attracted to me right now. Right now? Was there a different time period in your life where other races were more attracted to you? I'm curious. You know? As far as my drink today, chat, I had some Chick-fil-A for dinner. So non-alcoholic beverage. This is a Sunjoy. This is a Sunjoy sweet tea mixed with lemonade. This is what we're sipping on today. You see what I'm saying? We're vibing today, chat. Did I miss the serenade? You did miss a serenade. I've been in my Justin Bieber bag, chat. So, you know, expect more Justin Bieber serenades moving forward. P for $2 says, shout out Blind Souls. Glasses, goat emoji. I appreciate y'all. Man. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight to the meat and potatoes, man. Let's go ahead and go straight to the meat and potatoes. Let's start off here, chat. Let us start off here, okay? I don't know where, let me see. I don't think Mr. Bren put it on the sheet over here. W Brendo, it's cool. Let me see. Let me put this in topics. Boom. Real quick, chat. Real hack for the real chronically online people. Make yourself a personal Discord. Yeah, just you in it. You know what I'm saying? Send you some files, send you some shits.
Back in my day, the most.
All right, here we go. This is our first.
Back in my day, the most.
Takiana of the day. Okay, let's start off with a Takiana. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not start off with a Takiana? Let me switch right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and watch this, man.
That a YouTuber or influencer would be able to reach was getting a YouTube original.
Let me rewind.
In my day, the most that a YouTuber or influencer would be able to reach was getting a YouTube original, and that was the cutoff. YouTube Rewind, that was the cutoff. They weren't the ambassadors of this, and that. They weren't doing all these things. There was the top of the food chain was YouTube Original, thumbnail of YouTube Rewind, and maybe a book. Actually, you know what? New York Times bestseller book. But they would not leave the space of those three successes. Now they're just fucking everywhere. We used to have a system that would work for everyone. And now things are just changing too fast. I knew things were going astray from the system when James Charles was invited to the Met Gala. That turned everything upside down. You know, like in a movie, when when a character goes back in time to...
I don't know how some of y'all be making TikToks in front of the camera and acting like this. Like, at a point, it becomes damn near a skill how you can literally talk to a camera, you being the only person in the room, and act like it's your friend. And you know what I just realized? I'm literally doing that right now. So I shouldn't be talking. Shouldn't be talking.
To fix something, and then, the wizard is like, hold on. You did something. A new timeline is opening up. That's literally what happened when James Charles went to the Met Gala. And now we're fucking here.
So, I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I did not know that was the twist that video was going to take. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not know that was the twist of the video, was her complaining about YouTubers getting more opportunity. What the hell? What are we doing? What are we doing? She is right, though. That does bring me back to the good old days where being a peak YouTuber was just being at the peak of YouTube. And that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? You know, making it to YouTube Rewind was a big deal, right? Making it to the thumbnail was a bigger deal. Making it to the homepage was a bigger deal. All of these different things. But now the bar is definitely raised. As she mentioned, James Charles making this to the Met Gala was a big one. We have, Kai Cenat showing up on Jimmy Fallon now, being invited to the Grammys, Speed, being on CBS and all these different things. We're definitely living in a different era now. And I will say, as much complaining as she's doing, I do kind of sympathize with her in a sense of it's kind of like, it's kind of like when you start listening to an underground artist and then they don't become underground anymore. So now the music just don't hit different. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all a personal story, chat. I was on to Ayo and Teo before everyone else, okay? This has always been my claim to fame. Before Rolex came out, I was there when they were dancing to Memo by Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? I was there for the first reverse, right? But as soon as they became mainstream, it was on some, they ain't really that cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when certain things become too mainstream, it just becomes too much. So I definitely feel like even in this last, even with streamers now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been really, really into streamer culture over the last 2 to 3 years. It has been so fun to see the rise of a Kai Cenat, a Agent 00 in the streaming space. I know he was already big beforehand. Watching Bruce, watching Rage, watching even more recently, the FaZe dudes, seeing them blow up. Jason, before he even was on FaZe, I was already tapped into Jason. You know what I'm saying? Max, knowing about Max, knowing about Silky, knowing about these different streamers. But I'm going to be honest with you, this year specifically, with the mainstream push that all of them have been getting, because I'm not going to lie, they're all of these events are inviting damn near the same people. You know what I'm saying? If they're reaching out to streamers en masse, They're reaching out to AMP. They're reaching out to FaZe. They're trying to get one of the Sidemen dudes. They're trying to get fucking Drewski on there or Sketch. It's literally the same fucking people every single time. They're reaching out to send them. But I haven't been as involved. I haven't been as invested as they've been more mainstream. And I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if that's some hating shit. But I guess it's this like loss of authenticity in these creators. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because when creators level up and reach a next level, they become less and less relatable, right? So what I mean by this is a lot of your favorite content creators, they started off being just like me and you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of your content creators did not start doing this full time. A lot of your content creators had regular jobs. A lot of your content creators were in school. A lot of your content creators were doing content part-time, right? So their IRL videos is them just chilling with their friends, you know? Their IRL videos were some relatable shit. Them just going out, being regular motherfuckers in public, not getting a crowd, this, that, and the third. But as a creator levels up, the things that they do just become less relatable. You know what I'm saying? It was mad relatable to a lot of people watching Kai when he was streaming from that apartment in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. But now that every single stream is a spectacle, now that every single stream involves A-list celebrities, now that he is an A-list celebrity, I just feel like for your core fan base, it becomes hard for them to relate to you. And I think your audience just kind of like, you know, evolves. You know what I'm saying? Is that natural? Probably. Is that natural? Probably. But I also say I wouldn't be on some like, you suck now type of timing. I definitely wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? And I think overall, this is overall a good thing for the content creator landscape, all of this going on, because while yes, it was fun to reminisce in the good old days, while yes, it was fun, it was cool, it was relatable, all these different things, I do think all of these different level ups are adding more credibility to the space. You know what I'm saying? As good as those times were back then, that was also the time when the content creator wasn't taken serious. You know what I'm saying? Those were times when, and there's still a stigma, but you know, there was a time where being a content creator, being a streamer had a stigma to it. You know what I'm saying? You a lame, you know, you can't make it in Hollywood. You can't, you know, sit with the cool kids. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are YouTubers doing here? What the fuck are TikTokers doing here? But now that those lines are being blurred every single day, I think ultimately that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever. Maybe not whatsoever, but overall it's a net positive in the space. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that, you know, a platform like Call Her Daddy is even able to get the fucking president to come on. Like, even though those talks are even being had. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So it just comes with the territory. And I think as the bar raises for what a successful content creator is, it's just the less relatable they become. I think that's the lesson of the day. Nah, it shouldn't be a lesson for a lot of y'all, but there's some pros and cons that come with that we just gotta realize. We just gotta realize. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic over here. Omar just told me to sit up. This is crazy. I am sitting up, actually. It's just the angle. I am showing a lot of print, though. And none of it is showing. Luca dropping 74. Oh my god. Back then, Peak Twitch was doing the floss in Madison Square Garden on New Year's Eve back then. New set looks fresh. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Okay. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, man. El Meat, if you think I have a small dick, you're racist. Sorry. Sorry. Why do you assume I have a small meat? Hmm? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pulling that card. I am pulling that card. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic at hand. Let's talk about Kick, man. Let's talk about Kick because, man, this platform never fails to amaze me. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's in a good way. Like I'm being so serious. Sometimes it is in a good way. Other times it's just, what is the purpose that you serve? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? What do you do? So let's go ahead and start off with this. Okay. Kick specifically is a platform that has a lot of Twitter accounts associated with it. And every single day, things just get weirder and weirder on Twitter. And I don't know why a lot of this specifically happens and are related to Kick. I'm at a point where I swear to God, like, it's part of Kick's strategy. So what I mean by this is this tweet right here, okay? This is from Kick Champ. Nike ends partnership with Kai Cenat after bathroom incident involving a 16-year-old. So this is a situation we actually talked about last stream, I believe, or the stream before. Kai Cenat and friends, trolled Rakai while he was in the bathroom taking a dookie, taking a deuce, one might say. And, I was definitely not defending Kai for this situation. But, let's just read the post here. And I know this font too. It's crazy. All right, never mind. At Nike, we are committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity, respect, and responsibility. Following recent events involving Kai Cenat, we have made the decision to end our partnership with him effective immediately. We believe in fostering a culture that aligns with our values and the communities we serve. Our focus remains on supporting athletes, creators, and individuals who embody the principles of respect and inclusivity. Nike. First of all, I know the fonts. You ain't tricking me. You may trick a 9-year-old, but not me. This is B-Bass Nuo. Bold. Yeah. Stop playing with me, chat. This is a picture of Kai right here, but there is a community note right here that says, this image appears to be manipulated as there is no official confirmation from Nike that it has ended its partnership with Kai Cenat. This user is engagement baiting for interactions. Okay? And I'm not gonna lie, it would be one thing if this was just a one-off situation. And I think it would also be another thing if this was like Centel. I think Centel is a little bit different because it's clearly a parody account. But I think this is an account that specifically doesn't I don't know. Maybe that is the goal of this account, is to become like Fear Buck Centel. But this account is just nasty. This account is just nasty. And I don't know why we keep on supporting and we keep on engaging with accounts like this that are clearly lying. I will say this about Twitter. One of the best things about Twitter in this Elon era is community notes. You know what I'm saying? This is the closest thing we have to verified things on the platform. But one of the worst things to ever happen to Twitter was the devaluing of the blue check mark. Now literally anyone can get a blue check mark. I have a blue check mark. And I'm gonna be honest with you, before the Elon era, I don't deserve that shit. But also they added this gold check mark, right? For official verified accounts. And this is supposed to be essentially the new blue check mark. Yeah, I tried looking into how to actually get this for a playback. I'm gonna just spill the beans. You can pay for this too. You can literally pay for this too. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and, hide my screen here real quick. Okay. We can do this. Literally. So if we go here, right? If we go here, it says this account is verified because it's an official organization on X. If you keep on going, essentially it just says you have to verify through verified organizations. All you got to do is literally go here. Okay? And you can pay a monthly rate of $200 a month or $1,000 a month for the full access popular. Okay, to get this gold check mark, and you have to go through some more rigorous verification process. But essentially, you can pay for it. You can pay for it. So essentially, the most elusive, badge you can get on Twitter, you can just pay for now. You know what I'm saying? So apparently that the fake news got so much traction that Kai Cenat himself had to address these allegations. Let me go ahead and share here real quick. All right, boom. Here we go.
Get out the way real quick. Chat. All the fake shit I see on Twitter from these random ass pages, do not believe it, please. I repeat, all this fake shit y'all seeing on Twitter, what these I don't pay no mind, I don't really care. But do not believe it. Why is people asking me if I got dropped by Nike? Chat. It is so obvious to point out fake from real. These niggas is saying anything. I'm over here just doing it, just doing my thing. You feel me? And I'm seeing bullshit online. Niggas, my mom calling me, yo, we ain't getting no more ducks. Ma, relax. Ma, you still Nike'd up, ma. We just doing it, okay? Everything y'all be seeing is cap, bro. It's all cap, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, chat. We still checks.
She said, we ain't getting no more dunks. And that's funny, man. That's funny. All right. So let's go ahead and keep it pushing. There's another example right here as well. Because, again, it's specifically coming from this account. I ain't gonna lie. So this is another one right here. Several people have reported rashes and skin irritation after using Kai Cenat's Tone skincare product. Oh my God. This right here is actually my least favorite community note. Please, Twitter. I'm never gonna call you X. I don't give a fuck. If you are going to continue putting this community note that this tweet is not allowed because there's a stake ad on it, I don't give a fuck if you add a community note. Just take it down if it truly is against TOS. Just take it down. Like, at this point, it is so obvious. Like, it's unavoidable. And at this point, this is like a similar thing to how the NBA has the last 2-minute report. I think the last 2-minute report is actually fucking useless if nothing is gonna come from it. Okay, you missed the call. So what? You gonna change it? Nothing. Like, at that point, just take it off. Just fucking take it off. But yeah, I think when it comes to accounts like this, someone made a good point. Low-key chat, they may be a necessary evil. In the stage of online literacy that we're at, I think more than ever, it is important to check your sources. It is more important than ever to know the source that your information is coming from. Know that, the whatchamacallit. Know that the news and the information you're coming from is coming from a credible source, So one could argue that these fake news accounts are a necessary evil because it enforces people and it forces people to double check their sources. Because if you send a message to your group chat, or if you, quote, retweet, a piece of information that's clearly fake, then at that point, it becomes on you for not knowing where your information came from. And I think that is a valid point. I really do think that's a valid point. However, I think some of these accounts are definitely taking it too far in terms of the allegations that they're putting on creators. Knowing how the internet actually does work, knowing that a lot of people are gullible, knowing that a lot of people will believe whatever they see, especially if there's a gold check mark next to it. I do think it is ultimately still fucked up that there are people profiting. There are people, making money off of spreading misinformation. And I'm not gonna lie, damn, you're slandering. Sometimes not even slandering. Just straight up slandering some of these people that they talk about. And I just also find it interesting as well how this is only a problem with Kick. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Maybe I just don't know ball on like other Twitter accounts for Twitch and for YouTube. But this whole culture of just degeneracy is so like unique to Twitch. Well, there's some degeneracy on Twitch as well. But this level of degeneracy is just so associated with Kick. It's actually insane. And I do feel bad for the good actors that are on Kick, because the last time I did talk about Kick, there were people in the comment section talking about, man, if you don't know about the community, if you don't know about Kick, just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because, there is an actual dedicated community there that believes this is the best platform for them for other reasons. And there is legitimate case as to why a streamer should use Kick outside of just making degenerate content. So I definitely got their point. And I will say this, I follow like Kick's account, like their partner program or whatever, their support. And they are making strides within the streaming space that I think are legitimate. You know what I'm saying? I think they are making changes now as the platform is maturing to low-key separate themselves from the crowd. I was on their page. I was actually on Kick the other day. And like their discoverability is just completely different now that I'm really looking at it compared to Twitch. Like it really just is. Like we can look at it right now. We can go side by side between Kick and Twitch. So this is Twitch right. This is Kick right here. Excuse me. Right. This is Kick right here. Still a lot of similar elements, and this is Twitch. This is Kick. This is Twitch. There's some minor differences, and I think the main difference to me is this homepage thing that they got. Also showing the top live categories on the homepage straight up, I think is a little bit different. And showing just chatting right up here is different as well. So there's some minor tweaks that they're making that I think is very, very interesting. It's kind of like crypto at this point. It's kind of like NFTs. It's kind of like all of these different things. There may be some good actors in this space, but the rep is so fucked up. You can't repair it. You just cannot repair the rep at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm crying. This dude SOLZ just be discovering new camera angles and setups. Discovering. I invested in this new setup. You know what I'm saying? Is it fire though? That's the real question. That's the real question. Fuck if it's new. Is it fire? I think it's fire. I think it's fire. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. SOLZ got the setup to flex the shoes. Not a shoes. I've been flexing the shoes for a minute now. I ain't gonna lie. But peep the shoe collection though. Hold on. I'm gonna be honest, chat. One of my favorite buys ever are these Yeezy Air Forces. I've had this pair of shoes for on everything. I bought this 2014, 2015. So these are like 10-year-old shoes, for real. And I bought them retail. I think I saw them on StockX recently. They're going for like 450 now, 500. Like, these are tough. Look at, hey, chat, these are tough. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got some Air Force Ones right here, some Yeezys at the bottom, some threes. What I really wanted to flex was the new vinyls. That's what I really wanted to flex, chat. I ain't go. You see what I'm saying? Peep the new vinyls. Peep the new vinyls. Shout out to SZA. Shout out to SOS. You know who's to my left. You see what I'm saying? You know my body, chat. You know my body. Did you relace the Timbs? The Timbs are actually over there. I did not relace them. You ever thought about hydro dipping a pair? Nah, I have not. I have not thought about that. I have not. Okay, let's go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Let's talk about Kanye, man. Big gay in the building. Never the little one. Listen, man. Kanye he just can't stop. DG for $2. I prefer other type of women. No offense, souls. You're not offending me by liking white women. Okay? I don't even know if that's what you're referring to. You are not. You are not offending. I don't care what y'all like. I just don't. I just don't. So, Kanye West, man. It's sad. It is sad at this point what Kanye has become. It's come from a place of anger to just a place of disappointment now. And I feel like, you know, society as a whole just had a big leash. Not a big leash, a longer leash on Kanye's antics because of the fact that he was making great art and great music. You know, y'all know the line. He made Graduation though. He made Graduation though. He made Yeezus. He made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But as time passes by, man, listen. We just the art ain't even that good anymore. Not those past albums. Those albums are fucking classics. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point, we just can't keep pulling that card. You know what I'm saying? So Kanye West, on a recent tirade, apparently spoke about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, so this is per Yeezus. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're R-worded. No, like literally. What's up with these triple spaces? And this is why artificial, I don't know if I could say that. Y'all ever seen a word chat and you're just like, that looks like a slur, so I'm just not going to say it. This looks like a slur. Maybe it's not, but I'm not risking it, okay? It's such a blessing. Having R-worded children is a choice. Oh, wow. Man, you know what's crazy? I've never actually seen a more pro-choice person than Kanye West at this point. I know that sounds crazy, but with this comment right here and his comments about slavery, this dude is the most pro-choice person I have ever seen. God, this is crazy. Anyways, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. Okay, so he doubled down. Okay. I took it down like no way, chat. Kanye, you can't say this. He trying to spit bars, chat. Nah, he trying to be funny. He trying to be funny. He trying to be funny. He said, fuck the world, real talk. Fuck everybody. Kanye needs help, bro. Kanye needs help, but it's also, I think, at a point, and I've seen documentaries about him where, like, he's grown into a person where, like, no one even wants to be around at this point. Like, y'all ever met a person that, like, you want to help, but they're such a dickhead that it's like, man, go fuck yourself. Like, literally, go fuck yourself. If you're gonna be a dickhead to me as I'm trying to help you, man, fuck you. You on your own. And from all the accounts I've heard about Kanye, that circle is small. That circle is very, very small. And that circle is just a bunch of yes men. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of yes men. I do wonder at this point if, like, is Elon gonna do anything about this? Like, this is kind of crazy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. This is insane. I guess if you're pro free speech, you gotta be pro free speech and stand 10 toes on it. But the last time we talked about this, I was definitely on some, Twitter. If y'all are pro free speech, let Kanye cook. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't be one sided free speech, because at that point, that's not really free speech. Elon feel the same way. Why would he do anything about it? That's a good point. That is definitely a good point. Let's see if we have a little bit more on this topic over here. Yeah, because Kanye is he is out of it. He is out of it. He also talked about Kendrick's music as well. This is on the lighter side of things. He said he hated Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. And the Drake bots. This is the funny thing. Drake fans want to keep talking about K-bots, and there's some valid criticism there. But boy, every time there's any sort of glaze about Drake, anytime there's sort of anything pro Drake, y'all Drake fans be acting just like the K-bots. Like it's fuck. See, Kanye said it. Is that the credibility you want right now? Is Kanye West's backing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Y'all be pissing me off, man. So this is the internet's reaction to the crash outs. This is from Hip Hop by the Numbers. Legit question: who even cares what Kanye thinks or feels about anything anymore? Surely we're done with this now. This is a tweet with 1 million views and 37K likes. Once NFR podcasts realize that mentioning Kanye isn't going to give them attention, then maybe they will stop posting. They are shameless otherwise, though. I mean, they're just reporting on the news. I don't really have a problem about NFR. But at this point, Kanye is a boy cried wolf situation. He's flip-flopped on so many different issues, so many different things. He got no credibility. He got no credibility in anything anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you, outside of maybe music. And if Dre is listening to this, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know. There's a certain leak that he tweeted out that I can't even play on this stream. Because the lyrics are fucking crazy. This is Playboy Cardi as well. Very simple. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Okay. Maybe right message, wrong messenger. Cause Playboy Cardi also got a weird case, so why is Playboy Cardi around? Maybe that's the conversation right here. Yeah, I see E-Man to the right here. But yeah, it just seems like at this point, Kanye, get you some help, man. Get you some help. This looks bad. This looks very bad. And I will say this. I think, we've been having ongoing conversations about, can the canceled be uncanceled? I think there's a level of wishy-washiness to your changes that is definitely like, bro, I I think Kanye is more so on the lines of like FouseyTube now than he is with Neon. Like, you have tried to rebrand and gain the good hearts of people so many different times and have turned back to, for lack of a better term, evil at this point. That the next go around where you know, go silent or you're just chill, we are all just gonna think to ourselves, it's just a matter of time until you crash out again, until you have another mental breakdown. And that's just what it is when it comes to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, maybe, you know, it's stuff out of his control. You know, maybe, you know, he's battling addiction. There's also been rumors about that, like stuff like that. Maybe it is out of his control, but even if it is out of his control, as a person just looking at you, I'm gonna just stop believing you. I'm gonna just stop believing you. You know what I'm saying? Who's this? Who Fish Kevin says cancel culture doesn't work and has never worked. To be honest, I don't know about never worked. Because that boy EDP is struggling right now to find a fucking job and a place to live, or at least during this cancellation. You know what I'm saying? But I do think, and this is a take that I've maintained pretty consistently on this show, is that I think cancel culture has evolved to the point where it's not as effective as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because there's such a big anti-culture now with cancel culture that there's just going to be another side that picks you up. You know what I'm saying? And if you really want to continue your career after being canceled, you're damn near left no choice but to just lean into anti-cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Or you just take the L and keep it pushing. I don't know. But let's go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. W stream so far. If y'all haven't already, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. I see 90 people in here. I see 33 likes. Let's get that up to 50. Let's get that up to 50, man. Okay, let's keep it pushing here. Men can't do anything. What is this?
I just saw a post that.
Okay.
I just saw.
TikTok suggestion from the producer staff.
I just saw a post that said, "Would you break up with your man if you found out that he could do a split?" And then I got to think, bitch, I wish I would walk in the house or wherever I'm coming after a long ass day. I wish I would come and see the man that I love, a man that be digging in me, in a split. How do you even figure out that you can do a fucking split?
See, this is the problem, okay? Some of y'all are glass is half empty ass people. If you see your man doing a split, your first reaction shouldn't be, damn, my man can do a split. It should be, damn, my man can do a split. You see what I'm saying? Because what that tells me is the world is your fucking oyster. You see what I'm saying? The options of positions are limitless. That's a good thing. If your man can do a split, that's a good thing. Why is that a bad thing?
What? Let's go through that. Let's go through that thought process. Do you just wake up one day and try to do a split? And then what after you achieve that, what are you gonna do with that talent? That's what scares me. That's
You were halfway there. I think the thought process of thinking about what the man is going to do with that talent, you were right there. Just keep going. Keep the imagination going, sis. That's all you got to do. Because the world is your oyster. You see what I'm saying? Men can't even be flexible now, chat. God. Men can't even be flexible now. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Okay. Let's see what this next one is.
Do you think you can handle all this?
Being real.
Oh my God. Yo, Brent, what is this? What?
Do you think you can handle all this?
Being real need
Let me
probably about
replay.
three
Let me
shots
replay one
of
more time.
what?
Do you think you can handle all this?
Being real need probably about 3 shots of what? Casamigos. Maybe a little bit of Hennessy. And then yeah, I'll be able to take it down real good.
What if I fart?
I'll just be like, I would act like I ain't here. And you know what I'm saying, just keep on doing whatever we doing.
What am I supposed to do with that? Like, literally and figuratively. What am I supposed to do with that, Brim? What the fuck? Content definitely must be stopped, though. Content absolutely must be stopped. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the producer notes on this one. Okay, because I got to. The question of the day is, excuse me, how many SOLZs would it take to beat a kangaroo? Let me know, chat. Oh, hell nah. What the fuck? That's how big a kangaroo is? What the? Oh, hell no. What the fuck? This kangaroo is like 8 feet tall. Do y'all see the muscles? Oh, fuck no. What the? Yeah, put them fucking legs down. Yo, kangaroos are mad scary. Chat, oh my god, kangaroos are mad scary. Holy fuck. 6 to 7 to 10? Just stand up using your third leg soles. Alright, here you go. Power forwards. Yo, there's certain animals, chat, that I swear to God, bro, like movies just lied to you about. Movies just lie to you about. Certain animals are way more scarier than what the movies make them seem. And certain animals are actually more pussy than what the movies make them seem. I'm going to give y'all an example because I've gone through these rabbit holes before. Okay? Number 1, a kangaroo. Y'all seen Kangaroo Jack, and I understand he's doing the little, you know, you ever played Tekken before, you know, he got the little fucking gloves on him, you know, little cute little kangaroo. As you guys have just seen, kangaroos are mad fucking scary. I would actually rather face a kangaroo with boxing gloves than a kangaroo without boxing gloves. Because without boxing gloves, I'm getting my fucking eyes scratched. You see what I'm saying? That's 1. 2, owls. Owls. Harry Potter made it seem like owls were some friendly ass creatures. What's the difference between a dog and an owl? Whoop whoop and woof woof. That's it. But owls are mad scary, chat. Owls are mad scary. On the flip side, though, God, this gotta be one of the biggest lies big movies has ever told us. Lions are low-key pussy. Lions are low-key pussy. First of all, chat, how are you the king of the jungle and you don't even live in the jungle? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is this? What is this? How are you the king of the jungle and you don't even live in the jungle? You see what I'm saying? This is what Big Disney is talking about, y'all. Y'all really gotta watch out for this shit. And did y'all know? Oh my God, Jesus Christ. My bad. And did y'all know that every time you hear a lion roar in the movies, it's actually a tiger roar? Did y'all know that, chat? Every time you hear the roar, you see what I'm saying? The roar. You're not even listening to a lion roar. They're actually taking the roar of a tiger and putting that on the lion. All of those roars from Lion King were tiger roars. You see what I'm saying? We've been scammed by Big Disney. We've been scammed by Big Hollywood. It's all been a scam, chat. It's all been a scam. And apparently, like, tigers are legitimately just, like, bigger, faster, stronger than fucking lions. You know what I'm saying? And even within lions, the male lions don't even be hunting. It's the women. King of the jungle can't even fucking get your own food. What are we doing? Yeah, low-key chat. Literally, look it up. Lions are legitimately industry plants, bro. I've lost respect to lions tenfold ever since I've gone on this rabbit hole. I'm being so serious, chat. I am being so serious when I say this. Once I found out about all of this, my mind was so blown. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. But providing's a male trait. I blame the schools. Nah, bro. Cause that ass. How are you the king of the jungle and you don't even live in the jungle? That's like saying I'm the king of New York from Connecticut. You see what I'm saying? How are you the king of New York when you live in New Haven? Right? Right? Like, nah, cause I'm really potted now, chat. How the fuck are you the king of New York when you live in Hartford, Connecticut? Right? We gotta stop, chat. We gotta stop. We gotta stop the shenanigans at some point. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. God. But they got the main though. Who cares? Kendrick calls himself the king of New York and he lives in it. Lions got aura though. That's industry plant aura is what I'm saying. That's industry plant aura. That's what I'm saying. Okay. This next one is from DJ Academics? Academics TV. This is another nasty page, by the way. This is not that far removed from Kick Champ. Jack Harlow back doing story questions. Okay.
Since the obvious answer to this is yes, I guess the real question is how low a sum would I take? You know, if we started taking zeros off that, and it was just, so what is that, 800 billion? I don't know, so.
Okay, so the question is, would you fuck a shawty in front of your family for $800 million? Wait, no, this is $800 billion? My parents gonna have to understand. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Question of the day. Would you fuck a shawty in front of your family for $800 billion? Again, my parents will have to understand. And they will. They will. Once them checks come in, once I buy them a Lamborghini and 3 houses, you see what I'm saying? You know, once I take care of everyone from the Philippines, once they don't even have to cook anymore because they can order everything on DoorDash, they're going to understand. They're going to understand. Now, the real question is what Jack Harlow was saying is what is the minimum? What is the minimum? Because I ain't going to lie, 800 billy? 800 billy is, stop playing. 80 billy? Stop playing. 8 billion? Stop playing. 800 million? Stop playing. 80 million? Still stop playing. 8 million? I see why you playing though. I'm still do it. 8 million? I'm still do it. I'm still do it. 800,000? Okay. Let me at least negotiate up to $1 million, right? Let me at least negotiate up to $1 million. 80,000? Okay. You can keep that money. Even if it's 100,000, You can keep that money. 8,000. That slapped the fuck out of you. I ain't gonna lie. 800. I'm not even opening the email. I'm not even opening. I'm not even entertaining the call. I'm not doing none of that. Not doing none of that, chat. So that answers that question right there. That answers that question right there. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and open up the Q&A, y'all. Let's go ahead and open up the Q&A. Give me some Q's, and I'll give you some A's. You see what I'm saying? Give me some Q's, and I'll give you some A's. Shout out to everyone in the building right now. Shout out to the 9083 in the building. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, you know, on this lovely Wednesday night. You know, we're chilling, we're vibing. You know what I'm saying? As far as what truly's been taking up a lot of my attention, chat, this Brandon Jennings, Jeff Teague beef is so funny to me, bro. It's just so funny to me, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, in a weird way, I kind of feel proud of myself. And you might be asking, SOLZ, why are you proud of yourself? I work for Playback, okay, and a lot of this is happening on Playback. Okay, that's ultimately what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just been interesting watching Brandon Jennings and Jeff Teague, and now Ty Lawson's getting involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What are we doing? All right, I need to sneeze. No, I didn't. Listen, I didn't create the beef, okay? I didn't say nothing. Yeah, I actually didn't say anything. I didn't tell Lo to tell that to Brandon. I didn't cue that up or anything. You know what I'm saying? But we're making moves over here at Playback, man. Just you know, letting y'all know. Okay. Let's see this. An early finals prediction. Okay. Don't want to get into too much basketball on the stream, but early finals predictions, chat. Early finals predicts. I am gonna go Celtics out east, because I will get my card revoked if I don't choose Celtics out east. But I genuinely do believe that. You know what I'm saying? Respect to the Cavaliers. I want to give the Cleveland Cavaliers their respect. I will not say they're the 2015 Hawks. I was saying that earlier in the season. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna go that far and say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are the Atlanta Hawks of 2015. But I do think they have upgraded to the 2022 Phoenix Suns. I'll give them that. You know what I'm saying? Really good team. Title contender. 60-plus win team. Y'all forget, those 22 Suns won 64 games. You know, this Cavs team looks like it's on pace to do similar things. A very well-rounded team, the same way those Phoenix Suns teams were. You know, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Darius Garland. You see the similarities here. You see Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Hunter. You see the similarities here. But when a big dog come to town, though, when one of them ones come to town, hey, chat, what Kobe say? Chat, what Kobe say? Get out the way, man. Get out the way. You see what I'm saying? Get out the way. But yeah, I got the East. I got the Celtics coming out East. Out in the West, I'm leaning towards OKC from a basketball standpoint. You know, if I had to put money on it, OKC is just playing so well that I probably do have the Thunder coming out West. But as a great artist, not a great person, once said, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. My mind is telling me the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to make it to the finals. But my body is telling me the Lakers are going to get there. And maybe that's just me trying to speak it to existence. I really want a Celtics-Lakers finals. I really do, chat. I ain't gonna lie. I just I really do want a Celtics Lakers finals. I just do. I just do. Okay. Starting a franchise, who are you choosing? Russ or CP3? I'm going to choose Chris Paul. I actually have this hot take that I believe Chris Paul is arguably the most talented point guard of all time. Yes, I said it. Or at the very least, the most well-rounded point guard of all time. Because if you really think about it, you know, with all due respect to Steph Curry and Magic Johnson, I would still say from a greatness standpoint, from a resume standpoint, and hell, just overall effectiveness, they're still 1 and 2. But in terms of a point guard that has the least amount of weaknesses, in terms of the point guard that is a B plus or a B or higher in multiple aspects of the game, or in the most aspects of the game as they can have, I think that's Chris Paul. Can attack the rim, mid-range, the three, elite passer, all-time great passer, not turnover prone. I would say he's clutch, two-way player, on ball, off ball. You know what I'm saying? Can hit free throws, can create his own shot, has shown to be able to play as a second option, has shown to be an offensive engine, great in transition. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. Chris Paul, boy, Chris Paul as a talent, bro, literally one of them ones. Literally one of them ones. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Chris Paul. Okay, let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Any other questions? Any other questions, chat? 1v1 Jeff Teague and Brandon Jennings, who's winning? In their prime? Still Jeff Teague, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Cavs Warriors finals. Shout out to the Warriors though. Shout out to the Warriors. Let's see. Any other non-basketball questions? God damn. You fuck with Charlie XCX? I don't see why I wouldn't. I only got one song from her album though. It's Apple, I think. I think that's the only song I have. Who winning in a 1v1, Zion or Darius Garland? Zion. Listen, I understand we associate one-on-one basketball with like who's more skilled in isolation scoring. But I'm not going to lie, chat. One-on-one basketball, most of the time, the person who's bigger and stronger has a massive advantage in ones. A massive advantage. I ain't gonna lie. Because if we're talking about a 6-foot point guard going up against a 6'9" power forward that's 270 pounds, Zion is backing his ass up every single fucking time on Darius Garland is smacking the shit. Not smacking the shit, dunking the shit out of the ball every single time. And Darius Garland would not be able to do anything about it. On the flip side, I think Zion can guard Darius Garland at the rim. And if it's a matter of jump shooting, you know, Darius Garland is liable to miss. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, maybe not Kobe, but I think like if Vince Carter and Shaq played one-on-one, Shaq is winning like 11-3. I ain't gonna lie. You've been hearing the LeBron Glaze songs on TikTok? Yes, I have. Let me tell you right now, man. It is so refreshing to see this much positive LeBron content because I think a lot of people are too young to truly remember how hated LeBron James was. I think we're getting to that point, chat. I think we've also got to that point with Kobe where, like, whenever we talk about Kobe now, for a majority of the time, it's all love, it's all praise. And if anything, like, if you disrespect Kobe, man, not too much on Kobe, right? But I think a lot of people don't even remember the time when LeBron James was truly hated. Truly hated. You know what I'm saying? They may remember Skip Bayless, you know, back in the day. But I'm talking about when LeBron made the decision, how hated he was in Miami. I don't even think a majority of motherfuckers remember how hated LeBron James was. You know what I'm saying? Like from 2010 to 2014, LeBron James was the most hated athlete on earth. Full stop. Maybe I'm missing a couple people here, but he was really one of the most hated. He gained a lot of people back going back from Miami to Cleveland. That's when he really started to turn his PR around. And then LA by the point he got to LA, he was already pretty much, beloved. He still had a couple of haters, and the people who hated him back in the day probably still do hate him. But it is just so interesting to me that LeBron James is getting so much love nowadays. Because again, if y'all were there for prime LeBron James, damn, it's refreshing to see. It's refreshing to see. Hell, didn't he get a racial slur painted on his home? Yes. The first year in Miami, when he had to embrace being a villain and they lost, it was the nose hate, most hate I'd ever seen from any man. Yes, bro. Yes. And really the only thing that's topped it is like KD to the Warriors. I'm going to be honest. If KD didn't go to the Warriors, LeBron going to the Heat would still be the most like pussy move from a public perspective. You know what I'm saying? Warriors, Brady, Bron, etc., etc. Tom Brady was more hated than LeBron. That may be me just not paying attention to anything outside of basketball, but LeBron hate was different, chat. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was different. With that being said, chat, I think I'm gonna close this stream off here. I appreciate y'all for coming through, having a nice time with me on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Little bit on the shorter side today. I'm still experimenting with how long these streams should be. I'm still experimenting with different formats, different content pieces, different content types, and things of that nature. We are still in experimentation zone when it comes to us sipping with souls. I hope you guys truly do enjoy this new setup. I'm definitely proud of the way that it looks. It does look like, because this is actually made for the hospital, chat. I ain't gonna lie. So this is actually a bedside table that I'm just using as a desk. I wish it was lower. I feel like a little toddler right now with how high it is. I wish it was lower. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, chat. It is what it is. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Leave a 5-star review if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Shout out to everyone that super chatted up. I think I missed one from DG. DG, if you're still here, I appreciate you. Go get you some cat, man. Go get you some cat. It seems like the shotties are on your dick lately. So yeah. You should bring on Miss B Nasty. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the co-host situation, chat. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. And I'll catch y'all on the pod tomorrow, man. Peace.